Central area, the larger area where most of the seats are dominated by OBCs. There some areas are tribal dominated also. Some areas there's a large concentration of Dalits. So BSP also plays a role in the central part. These are three distinct geographical and cultural areas in Chhattisgarh. When you see the overall seat in the last election 2000, BJP was the ruling party for more than 10 years. Mr. Raman Singh was CM, but in the last election there's a major turnaround. 2018 assembly elections, out of the total 90 seats with a halfway mark is 46, Congress won 68 seats, a huge majority, a bumper majority, a wave, a tsunami, you can say whatever. Whereas BJP was reduced only to 15 seats. From before that, they were holding around 46 seats, just a bare majority. To that, they came down to 15 seats. Around 5 seats are won by Ajit Jogi, the former Congress CM. Who floated his own party. He broke away from Congress, started his own party, and along with the alliance with the BSP and also with the Gond party, tribal party, they won 5 seats. And now Ajit Jogi is no more, unfortunately. Though his party is still carried on by his wife Renu Jogi and also his son Amit Jogi, and still this time also they are contesting elections. But they are not a major force as they were in the last time when they won 5 seats, and they caused the defeat. The votes of this third front was more than the margin of difference between Congress and BJP in around 15 seats. So that impacted on the final results, reducing the BJP only to 15 seats. This time Ajit Jogi's party is not a major factor. I don't expect BSP also to be a major factor, and the Samajwadi party has never been a major factor here, unlike the Bagelkhand and Bundelkhand areas in MP. So therefore it's essentially a straight fight between Congress and BJP this time. And why I said Congress won big last time was consolidation of OBC votes behind Congress. Because there are two tall leaders of Congress from OBC. The biggest among the OBCs here is Sahu community, who also are all there in Odisha also. Sahus are out of, as I said, around 52% of the OBC population. Sahus are around 20%. And there's a very tall leader of Congress. Many expected that he would be made the CM last time also. Mr. Tamraj Waj Sahu, who is now CWC Congress Working Committee member and now the Home Minister also of Congress government there. Though he was not made as the Chief Minister, because Mr. Baghel has been more charismatic, and Baghel belongs to another OBC community, Kurmi. Like Mr. Nitish Kumar in Bihar, who is also a Kurmi. Mr. Baghel has been, emerging as a OBC face of Congress all over India, all over the Hindi-speaking states, not only in Chhattisgarh. And he is also very close to Congress High Command. And he was the Congress Pradesh chief during the last election. He shepherded the party towards victory, and he was rewarded. And Kurmis are also not in small numbers. There are around 17-18% of the population. Both Sahus and Kurmis together constitute 37-38% of the total OBC population of 52%, a major chunk. So both these communities have voted very strongly in Congress favor, and there is a very strong anti-incumbency against Mr. Raman Singh government, and therefore Congress won big. The voting was more than 10% gap. Congress 43% and BJP 33%. But just again, move forward 4-5 months and Modi magic or EVM magic, whatever you call it, BJP won 9 out of the 11 seats. Congress won only 2. One seat was in the southern Bastar belt, the tribal dominated belt. Other was the Surguja seat, which was again tribal dominated. All other places BJP swept, winning more than 50% of the votes. Congress won around 41%. The gap was around 9.5%. From a deficit of 10%, BJP swung it around massively, gaining an advantage of almost 10% within a short gap of 4%. That's why we call it Modi magic, or euphemistically EVM magic. If you have watched the other videos, then you would have understood what I mean by EVM magic. Whatever may be, this is the final result of that. But unlike Rajasthan, where BJP won the swept 25 out of 25, or Madhya Pradesh, they won 27 out of 28. Here, Congress put up a fight in many constituencies there. So, as I said, in Rajasthan, in MP, the difference was 20%. Here, the difference was only 10% during the Lok Sabha election. So, there was some contest in some of the seats. But whatever it is, there were the OBCs backed Congress to a large extent, plus the anti-incumbency factor, and the tribal vote was traditionally going to Congress. Even during the 2013 election, there was a difficult fight. BJP won 46 seats and Congress won 36 seats. So BJP got a bare majority. The halfway mark is 46, as I said. So the tribal vote has been traditionally been Congress. Though RSS has been doing a lot of work in the tribal areas, particularly Dantewada belt, due to the presence of Naxalism, their role has been limited. Unlike the case of in Gujarat, particularly where they will be sweeping the Dalit seats, and they're putting maybe a very good fight in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh in the tribal areas. BJP's support base in the tribal areas, particularly in the southern belt, has been very limited. So that is Buster Barrier is a bastion of Congress, you can say that. So all combined factors, the tribal support, the OBC support, the lack of upper caste voters for BJP, and the anti-incumbency of more than 10 years, all helped Congress for a landslide victory during 2018. So after coming to power also, Mr. Baghel has consolidated his position, and I can show you the way the voting percentage took place there. As you can see, the blue is Congress and the saffron is BJP, and the dark blue is BSP. Congress swept the seats in the southern tribal belt and in the northern tribal belt. Whereas there was some fight in the central OBC belt, BJP winning some of the urban seats, particularly Raipur, Durg, Bhilai belt. This is a belt where they did pretty well. And there are some Dalit belt where BSP also won. And in alliance with Ajit Jogi's party, in this belt, Ajit Jogi's party won, as I said, total 5 seats that alliance won. Most of them are in all the seats are in the central belt, and BJP has been washed out in the northern Surguja belt. That is because Congress has a very strong leader there, Mr. T.S. Singhdeo, who is king of Surguja. The erstwhile royal family which ruled Surguja, though he himself is a Rajput, but he lords over a large area in the northern part of Chhattisgarh where tribals are predominant. So Congress won every seat in the northern tribal belt and almost every seat except one in the southern tribal belt, whereas BJP did reasonably well in the central OBC belt. Because Congress won here also majority of the seats because they had the support of two major OBC groups. Mr. Ajit Jogi claims to be a tribal ST, though there have been court cases and question marks over his tribal status. I am not getting into that now. Mr. Baghel has done extremely well in the last 5 years. That is why there is no anti-incumbency against him now. He has started a lot of welfare schemes for farmers. Though the union government in the last 10 years has not increased the MSP of paddy, Chhattisgarh is having the most variety of paddy in India. It has become a surplus state, and the state government is purchasing paddy from the farmers at a premium. They give 300-400 rupees more than the MSP fixed by the union government. The procurement is directly done by the state government. That has earned a lot of kudos. Apart from that, he gives input subsidy for farmers, so that the high increase in the fertilizer prices, because the fertilizer subsidy has been removed by Mr. Modi's government. So that has not impacted much on the farmers because the government gives input subsidy, and they also give every year I think 5,000 or 7,000 rupees per acre to all the farmers, and direct cash transfer, and there are benefits have been given to women. free bus travel for school going and college going children. And he is also doing a lot of soft Hindutva. They have started some. It's believed that in the Sanatana Dharma epic Ramayan, Mr. Ram and Mr. Lakshman and Mrs. Sita traveled through what is presently known as the southern belt, Dandakaranya region, and they have started some Ramayan one Vikas program or something, the one circuit program, something like that. So they are giving buying cow dung directly from the farmers. So all this so-called soft Hindutva is also done by Mr. Baghel. So BJP didn't really have anything to do. But yes, Congress also has its own fight. Because Mr. T. Singhdeo, the royal family man from the north who helped Congress to sweep the northern tribal belt, wanted to be the prime minister, chief minister. Since he was denied, he was claiming that Mr. Baghel will be CM for the first 2.5 years, and the next 2.5 years he'll be made the CM. But that also didn't happen. Though he enjoyed more support than Mr. Baghel in the 2018 Congress Legislative Party meeting, it is because the Congress High Command preferred Baghel. He was sworn in as a CM. And Mr. C. Singhdeo made a lot of open statements against Mr. Baghel in the last 4 years. Only around 5-6 months before the 2023 election, somewhere around May 2023, to placate him, he was made as a deputy CM. So now things have cooled down, but probably some people say that he won't work that much wholehearted in this election. So Congress may suffer some setbacks in the northern tribal region. And secondly, in the central tribal belt, in the central OBC belt, Sahus who have supported Congress wholeheartedly last time, believing that their own caste leader, Mr. Tamraja Sahu, will be made as a CM, are not that happy. Though they are not completely against Congress like the Gujar community who supported Sachin Pilot and Congress in Rajasthan, but still the votes of the Sahu community will be split this time. Mr. Sahu, Tamadwa Sahu is the Home Minister right now, and he is not